confirm. Beautiful that we are recording. So welcome everyone. Today we want to run a product-based webinar, which mostly concentrates on our clients, but we see that there are also people interested in Valigara before using. So we will try to adjust our speech. Welcome here. My name is Igor Nusinovich. I run the product part at Valigara, and we're just letting people in. So in the meanwhile, I will start by explaining a little bit what we are going to discuss today. We're going to speak about the product information management part in Valigara, which is the foundation of Valigara as a system. And first of all, as people are still joining, I will soon start with a screen sharing. Let's get a glimpse of what the product information is. So why the classical management systems start with internal information. The internal information, traditionally called the ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning, give the managers, give the company the current state of all the resources, all the processes from the production and through inventory management and costs and so on, the internal information of the company, of the products of the company. Now, the next step and the main developments that we see currently as the industry goes online is taking this information outside the company. And this is where the product information management, the PIM systems, start to be more important. Lately, we can see that as the e-commerce evolves, we see that the same information that we have inside of the organization, we need to take it to our distributors, to our salespeople. If we speak about offline, if we speak about online, then we need to take it to our website, to social channels, and to marketplaces wherever we go. So the moment that we are distributing the information, the same internal information, let's say I'm selling one piece of jewelry, will be different when going to different channels. So a simple example, if I have an earring, or if I have a set of products which costed me $100. So these earrings, when I want to push it to my B2B distributors, probably will be priced $150, and then it will be priced $200 when going D2C directly to client. So the same internal information should be presented differently in different external uses. So if I simply create a PDF catalog of the product, I want to know that I have a specific information. But if I have a different catalog which goes to my large distributors, both the products might be different because they have this large distributor has exclusivity rights for specific products. I will show his own products, and then maybe the pricing will be different. So here, where we do make the switch from the internal information, the ERP system, into PIM systems. And this is what this part, of course, Valigara as a multi-channel marketing system. The PIM system is, the PIM model is the foundation of Valigara, and we want to concentrate on this specific model today. So let's dive into Valigara. What we're going to cover is several topics. We will try to do it in the next 45 minutes. And all the data that we are showing is, of course, only scrambled data, as we always do, because we value the confidentiality of our clients. So let me dive into the system. Okay. So when speaking about Valigara, I want to start with several simple things. What does it mean to have a successful PIM system for jewelry, product information management system? First of all, as you know, Valigara is a business level application, which means that we have a lot of functionality, which covers different parts of our operation during the day. So on Valigara, if we look at different parts of the system, we will see that we have multiple tools. We'll try to quickly go through this. Now, on product information management, the first thing that we need from the PIM system will be its robustness, and then the second thing will be how you apply the PIM principles to jewelry. So when we look at Valigara, as all of you know as Valigara clients, or maybe people that are just interested, Valigara's inventory structure is built for jewelry, loose diamonds, and sets. How we basically see this in Valigara. Valigara supports 3 classes of products: jewelry sets, single jewelry sets, and loose diamonds. So we will see it differently on the product level, which will look a little bit different. Now, when we look at the inventory level in Valigara, we will have the stock, the gemstones, and models. This is a very basic thing. I don't want to dive it, but what we also know in Valigara, we have additional fields. Why? Because the main thing of any PIM is the flexibility, one of the main things. So if we speak about jewelry, if we speak about gemstones, we will find the ability to add more fields to jewelry, to gemstone, and so on. Now, so this happens both on the ERP level, on the inventory management level, and on the product level. Okay, so going back to the PIM system, there are a few things that we want to fetch your attention. One of them is the favorites. So these favorites is the ability, for example, if I now want to work with product sets, the ability to create favorites very much simplifies my life, because what we're going to do, we often, when we create our workflows, and the PIM system allows me to create workflows, it will allow me to quickly repeat the same operations. So let's say I'm going to work with my set products. I can filter and search for my set products, and my favorite on the UI side, my favorite part will allow me to select the specific products. Now I'm looking only on products of the class set, and I will add them to favorites by creating the set favorite. Now, what basically happens next time when I will be getting into any product into any page in the system, I will have the sets here on my top of the screen. So this is very useful for multiple users, like seeing last updated products, seeing the main items, because we have the main products in Valigara, which collect the main information about the product. If I want to quickly find the products with or without images, I can, one time when I use it for the first time, I can use my full filter and search for the products that have, let's say, no images. And once I did it, I will add it again to the set. And next time I will quickly navigate to all the products that have no images. So, if I quickly want to find the products with or out of stock, or within the stock, so the same, I will create the search, and after using the search once, I will add by quantity. For example, I want to find only items with 0 quantity. After I search it, I will add with a nice star to the set, and this UI will very much help. Now, what we introduced lately, we also know that once we work with our PIM system, we do different things. So, for example, I work now on my inventory. Once I will work on, and this is one operation that I return to it many times. Next time I work, for example, on my SEO. Next time I work on my Etsy model. Next time I work on my Shopify model, and next time I work on my pricing. So for this, on the PIM level, I will require different fields of the product. So if this is my product, I want to see only specific fields. So what we have introduced lately is the views, different views, a selector, which allows me to quickly enable specific views. So as you might remember on the PIM, on the product side, on the UI, sometimes we have enormous amount of fields, because there are Amazon fields, Etsy fields, basic fields, gemstone fields, model fields, and so on and so on. So if we have 5 or 7 different marketplaces, like in this account, it's very overloaded account because we use it for demonstrating different models. So in this case, we can see that there are many different fields available. So once I have selected, so if I want to quickly jump from my prices view, I can select the specific view and it will show me the specific fields of the products. Like here, for example, commercial title, and what is the Amazon price, BigCommerce price, Etsy price, Facebook price, and so on. How do we create? And then once I want to work on my product uniqueness, is also one important parameter of the product. So I create now my unique values for the products. I want to show the uniqueness by style field. I can switch to this quickly. I want to work on my quantities. I switch to inventory. So how do we create this product views? These different views, especially in the teams that have more than one person operating the system, is very useful. So you can create multiple views. How we do this? So now I work on my quantities. I can see home quantity, London stock quantity, unrepeatable items, FBA, blah, blah, blah. How we do this? We go to the field selector. The moment that we go to the field selector, we select the fields that we want to do. For example, I'll do it with Amazon. And then we click, after we select this field, we click on the star to update the existing field, right? So now on my existing field, when I will switch to this inventory view, it will now show me the Amazon fields that I have selected. Or, of course, I don't need it there. If I want to add an existing, I will select a new set and give it a name. So let me first update the existing, because the Amazon fields are irrelevant. Now, if I want to save it to the new set, okay, if I want to save it to the new set, I'll go and I'll create new set with a new tags, updated sets, 3 fields, and then new set, and we basically click again the star, give it a name, and that's it. So this is another UI that we have added for you to effectively work with your product information. Third thing that we have introduced lately on our PIM system is the quick edit. Now, the quick edit, the idea of the quick edit is that because Valigara works with multiple products and with multiple fields, we know that to update 20 fields for Amazon, we open a product, and inside the product interface, which is quite an extensive system, we can make any update we want. But if we want to quickly update the product without entering the product, so we introduced the quick edit. The quick edit page, to use it, as you know, Valigara is multilingual. So if to use it in a default language, we click on edit, and we see the fields that we have defined to appear inside the quick edit. How we set up the quick edit? We go into our global settings page, and inside the global settings page, we can specifically define what are the quick edit pop-up fields. So if I know that I often want to update my quantities, then I will just select stock quantities, save, And in my products page, I will see the product, in the quick edit now. When I refresh the page, I will see these additional fields. Now, this is why I basically started with this UI topics, simply because this more useful UI allows you to more effectively do operations with the products, with your product information, because this is what PIM is about product information. Now, what are we going to basically use here in Valigara for the product information? One and the main part is, of course, the generators. On the generators, we have endless amounts of things we can do, but why are they important? Let me go to any website. I will write a diamond ring, and I will go to Google, and I will click on any website that I find randomly. So when I look at this website, first thing that I understand, the moment that I am now, it's not a Valigara, or maybe yes, let's assume it's not a Valigara website, Valigara related website. Let me select a different website with diamond ring. Okay, let's see. Hopefully I will be more lucky with the English oriented results. Okay, this is the website. So I see a website. When I look at the website, let's speak a little bit about the SEO. When I look at the website, again, it's funny to see that Google is very smart to adjusting everything to Israel, but okay. Let's take a look at this website. One of the several recommendations that we know that all the titles should be approximately of the same size, of the same length. So when I look at the website, in this case, I see that this item, for example, has quite a long quite a long title, which might lead to the fact that the client will not look at it. Why? Because I'm not ready to look at the 0.70 petite Elizabeth diamond engagement ring. Maybe I, as a buyer, expect something shorter at this stage, or here, Weiler 3.86 carat cushion cut diamond solitaire. This might be a little bit too long for the beginning, or here we see quite a long title. So this is one observation that I see immediately. And then when we go into the website, into the product, we will see that the same title, I just pasted the title from the category page or from the entrance page, doesn't matter. I see that the same title is being used in the product page, which both from the SEO point of view and from the conversion point of view is not effective. Why? Because if I start with a shorter title, what I expect the moment that my potential buyer has clicked this title, peri-halo engagement ring setting, he's more interested. So the amount of the information that I should show him should be a little bit longer, or I should show more information because the client is more engaged. So I expect to have a different set of information in the title. Next, when we look at the same product page, we will see that the product title was used as a SEO title. With the latest Google updates, we know that they now speak about SKU marketing. This will be definitely not the most effective way to use it, because we have 3 times the same content appear in the website. And as we know, Google doesn't really like it. So what we want to avoid, we want us to have the tools that will allow us to present the same information about the product in a slightly different form. So here, for example, maybe peri-halo engagement ring setting, maybe it should be with a 18K rose gold in the title, or maybe 12 diamonds in the title. Why? Because the title has the most chances, there are most chances that the clients potential clients, buyers will read this. So to do this, we will in Valigara, now that we understand this principle. And by the way, the same principle is also about the description. When I look at the product page, I have a description. When I first show this description of the product, I will show a short description. While if I see that my potential buyer scrolls down to more, it means he is more engaged, I might show the same description, longer description. And of course, I want to push an SEO-friendly description inside the SEO meta tags. So we need 3 descriptions and 3 titles just when we speak about one website. So how do we handle it with the PIM system? We will go in Valigara and use title templates, description templates, and procedures. Formulas are effective for calculating the cost. So let me quickly jump into titles. What we see that many of our clients are missing. So basically, normally we will create 3 to 5 title generators. Now, we call it title generators, but they're good not only for this. If we speak about Amazon bullets, if we speak about, as we say, SEO titles and so on and so on, they are good for creating tags. They're good for anything that looks like a string, like one line of text, and it can be used in many different ways. Now, when I speak about creating a title, what is important here in Valigara, and please remember this, we see that many people forget it, simple preview. You see that you run the title generators time after time, while what would be more effective? The more effective thing would be definitely using the preview, adjusting it. By the way, you can select a specific product first of all, right? By stating a specific product ID or SKU, and then random or product ID and preview. So this will allow me to see how the specific title generator will look on the specific product. So after trying it time after time, you can also see that it also counts me the amount of characters, because when we plan our title, here, for example, we want to have about 30, it's called category title is about 30 characters, 40 characters. Here we want to have about 200 characters or 150 characters, while on the SEO it's about 160. But it includes also the general information on the product, again about 120 characters. While creating the title generator, we want to use our preview, and we want to use the character count to understand what is more effective for myself. Next, very simple practice for title generators would be for you here duplicating the existing one. So why would we duplicate the existing one? Simply because if I want to create the A/B testing in Valigara, I will create 2 title generators, and apply them randomly to my products. What it means, if I create now, if I have now, let's say, eBay title mapped for let's say for Christmas. Okay, this was the example that I took. So now I will duplicate and I will analyze what is my hypothesis here, what I can basically check in this. So let's say I added here some Christmas jewelry at the suffix. But in this case, I want to create a Christmas 2 or Christmas 3. I see I already done it before. So let's create Christmas 4. So for this Christmas 4, what my assumption is that if I add the Christmas gift, Christmas mass jewelry in the beginning, it will work better for me. So I will take it off from the suffix, and I do want this this piece of content appear in the beginning of the text. So when I play with this, now I have additional title template, and again I will preview, I will save it, and if let's assume I have 900 products, I want to take all my products, and with my title generators, I will select a specific field that I want to apply it to. Now I will not run it on 900, but I will, let's actually, why not? I don't want to run it on 900. Let's run it on 20 products. I want to generate titles, but when I select my Shopify, for example, Shopify title, and I run the templates, I prepare it for Christmas. So I have the diamond jewelry 1 and I have the diamond jewelry 4. Now, what basically happens in this case, Valigara will randomly apply 2 different generators. Now, I also want to please pay attention to this length field. Now, the length field allows me to define what is the desired outcome from my point of view. And when the override, so Valigara is multilingual, you can always select what language to apply to, but then also the override. The override is a very interesting field, because if I do not select the override option, it will only complete the missing information, only complete, let's say I have 900 products and I hired a copywriter who created the titles for 700 out of them. But I want to make sure that 941 products already have, that already don't have the titles. They will immediately have the products. So I just want to say, okay, I'm running without the override option. So when I click it, Valigara will only complete the missing information. So this is super useful if you already have some information inside and you have maybe reworked the titles already in many cases. Let's say I have 50,000 SKUs in my catalog and I know my bestsellers, and I hired the copywriter who improved the automatically generated products, automatically generated titles for me. But I could only take my bestsellers 500 and improve only them. And then I want to make sure that all the 50,000 have. I don't know. I don't want to look for the items that don't have currently the titles. So I run it for all the items and keep the override not signed and not checked, and then it will only complete the titles for me. So as we can see here, nothing was empty. We will, in this case, see that nothing was empty, and because the override was not checked, nothing basically happened. So if I want to run this successfully, let's see what happens on all the 20. So we get an error, nothing was updated because the override option was not enabled. Now, I warmly invite you, please, please take a look at your right side information of the batches. You will see all the information, how you executed the batch, because in many cases we forget. It will help you to understand why, in this case, override wasn't selected. So let me run again the same batch, system action, generate titles, and field Shopify title and Christmas, randomly Christmas and Christmas 4. And in this case, I will run the override. So in this case, we will get different results. Of course, we will not get receive the error of override not selected. So let's see, the title was generated. And if we take a look at this, we will also see what generator was applied. In these cases, it was the first one, and in these cases, it was the second one. Now, it's very important that we take a look at the warnings, and we will understand what happens in this each specific product. So here we get a warning that the final length was 83, and we use specific field in the generator, and these fields were empty. So we will get these warnings that in this specific template, we use the overtone field, and the overtone field, right here is the overtone field. This overtone field is empty for the specific product. So it allows us to analyze and to understand what is happening when we apply the generator. So this is very important when we run generators time after time. And our recommendation is not to rush and not to try to generate good title templates from one go. Run them with a preview by using preview, get some idea of how this will work twice, 3 times, run it on 20 products. As you see, it takes you 30 seconds, run it twice, 3 times, use the product views, the views to see this. Let's say if I apply now for Shopify, include the Shopify titles here, as now we see the commercial title. So see what was the result with the Shopify title, and analyze how you would like it to be and improve. So this several circles will at the end result in a very very high quality title. Now, if we look at this title, for example, random website Roebling, and then maybe it's a brand. So it's just a brand, 2.0 carat. What is this? This is a total carat weight of the product. So we can definitely use it in our title generator. Rose cut. Rose cut is the shape of this rose cut, salt and pepper. I don't know what is the meaning of salt and pepper. Maybe it's some commercial, or salt and pepper diamond. And maybe it's the type of the diamond. Yes, this is my guess. And then the diamond is the type. If this is the color, probably, and this is the type of the gemstone, and this is the engagement, is the style of the product, and this is the type of the product. So all this definitely, okay, can be generated with generator. So if we go, for example, into a very high authority and look at James Allen, the website, we will see that the title generators, I will randomly click on the products. They can be generated, or they can be parsed to generated as a combination. Let's see, 4-prong is a shape, right, or a style. Basket is, as we know, the shape of the pendant, right? And then solitaire, we know that it's again a shape of the, it means that it's one gemstone, and then diamond is a type, and then the pendant is a type of the product, sorry, type of the diamond. Now, if we look here at our category leaders, hopefully, when we look at the item, we will see, let's go into engagement link and anything, anywhere, click the product. Hopefully, we will see short titles in the category, longer titles in the product page, and then different, let's see, 4K, 14K, well, they do they do their best, so we cannot take their title and even not to compare, but okay, there it is. 14K, so here, this is the importance of the PIM, right? And lately, Google pays much more attention to this. 14K is purity, white gold is a metal title, petite is a uniqueness field, we'll now speak about it, which emotional, right, or positioning. Pavé is the type, as you know, of the ring, and then engagement is the occasion, and then the ring is the type. So as we can see, this definitely can be generated with a title generator. Now, so which leads us to okay, to another theme. We already touched this topic of additional fields. Now, the PIM system allows you to store your data correctly. Now, to store your data correctly, our recommendations are very simple. If we go into the commercial and into item description, we always recommend having uniqueness. We call it uniqueness fields. Now, the main uniqueness field, we need to some information about the products to be able to generate the data. So here, we recommend at least the minimum uniqueness by shape. If this is, again, it's a random product. So let's say let's take some other product, which, okay, this, okay. If we look at this product, and we want to take a look at how we organize the data. So the uniqueness fields, which you can always add with the additional fields. So as you can see, it's very overloaded page, but you never see it like this in your account. So okay, let's say uniqueness by shape. I can select always if it's if it's a selection field or it's if it's a free field. Uniqueness by occasion. So let's decide that this is birthday. So I will go and I will write birthday. And then uniqueness by emotion. Let's say that it's stylish. And then uniqueness by style, it's modern or floral. So now I did it manually, and I go and I save my product, and I'm done with it with this data. But what we know in Valigara, we say that Valigara never is working one by one. What we will be doing, we will be using the search. So let me find something with pavé. If I know that I have something with pavé, okay? Hopefully I do, because if I do, then what I will be doing, I will be using the copy data option to apply. So I found now 40 items that I just somewhere found the pavé word in my titles. I will go into system option, copy data, and quickly apply the pavé to my style, for example, or to my, so here pop-up, first time pop-up is blocked. First time I have to allow it. And after that, I will be able to apply the copy data. The copy data is another very important tool here in Valigara. I'm going now into my uniqueness fields, which I decided, and I want to say that it's uniqueness uniqueness by shape will be pavé. Hopefully I have it. Yes, I have the micro pavé. Now, and again, you can remember, maybe I did some manual work and I decided that my uniqueness by shape will be different. So I don't want now to override what I already have. So I will leave the override empty and I will start the copy data. When we speak about the copy data, it's very important for me to remind that there are several ways you can use the copy data to set a new value, to copy the value from one existing product. So you will select a copy from one of the products in Valigara, you will select it in a pop-up, and then you will say, take the value XYZ. Let's say I selected now this product, this will be my source product. And then I can say, I want to copy from this product into the selected products. Now I have 40 products selected. I can select any field like city, country, or any other gemstones. So we spoke about uniqueness. I can take the uniqueness by shape and uniqueness by style, and so on and so on. And again, run the copy data. This is the copy data from one product into another product. This is very useful when I need to copy shipping templates, or maybe the Shopify website to apply it to, or some zip code, or maybe some quantity alarms, and so on, levels. Now, the copy between fields means if I have a Shopify website and I want to, Shopify price, and I want to be lazy and I want to quickly copy from Shopify field, Shopify price. Let me take the Amazon price, and I want to copy it into Shopify price. If I have an eCommerce price, then I can quickly do this. It will copy inside the same products from one field into another. When it's very useful, when I'm really being lazy, or if I have 5 different Shopify websites and I don't want to run the title templates at this stage, I want to copy the products into, the titles from one website into another. This will allow me to do it very, very quickly in a second, just like this. So this is about the copy data. And now, so going back into title generators, right? We want to make sure that we apply the right information into uniqueness, okay, into uniqueness fields on the products with copy data, or by importing, or by taking it to the copywriter. But we create the uniqueness fields, which you can create as many uniqueness fields as you wish. And once you have done this, you are able to run this beautiful title generators, both for tags, for SEO titles, for video titles, or for anything else, image titles, and more. Now, another part of the PIM is description templates. And here again, the foundation for this is that you prepare your data with copy data, with importing your existing data, with sitting and manually adding the product information, whether from inside the product or using the quick edit here. For example, I can add here the uniqueness fields and say, okay, today I work on my rings. I will use the search here, right? The full search here. And I'll say, okay, today I work on my rings. So let me find all the anklets. Let's see if I have any anklets. So I will work today on my anklets. Maybe it will, yeah, this returns your result. I just took some random value. I work on my rings or white gold rings or rings from the collection XYZ. And I work with today with by quickly adding some uniqueness fields values. Now, and this is my preparation for my work with title generators and description generators. Description generators is another way of using my data, right? The difference is that in this case, we create text. Now, this text, again, it's very important for me. I can take any information about the product inside the text. The text can be created in two modes, one visual and one text. What's the difference? In visual, I can use bold, I can use italic, and it's like what you see is what you get, like online Word, like you use in Google Drive to create a document. The text mode allows me to work with CSS, HTML, all the programming languages, which is very important if I want to create some table for my website, for example. So I can generate here this table, including these switches, because this is CSS or JavaScript, doesn't matter how it's implemented. So I can create this piece of code directly in Valigara with description generators. Now, the description generators, again, have the ability to create a preview for the specific product. So you run it multiple times to see that the results are okay. And after that, you implement. Now, the important part of this generators is that you can also implement not just the product information like metal one title, impurities, gemstone, any gemstone field or anything else, but also product images. And Valigara gives you plenty of product images like thumbnails, like video links, video watch links, including the player and the images, direct images, URLs, or anything else, which is very flexible. You can also introduce the information about the set. If you speak about the set product, let me quickly remind you, is a product that is generated based on multiple products. Like if I have the set product might be a chain and dependent, right? So if I have two products, a chain separately and dependent separately, I can use the same chain with 50 different necklaces by selling 50 different pendants, and my set product is built on the main on the product one, product two, product three, on multiple products. So you can also take the information about the child products, we call it, about the parts of the set. And another important thing is the static fields, which you can also generate in Valigara, such as the phone number, jeweler hour cost, and any other field that you want to push here, like your private phone number, or if I want to put the name of the designer. I don't want to store it in all the products. It's just one name, the personal name. This beautiful these beautiful earrings were generated by Peter with a lot of love, right? So Peter might be John tomorrow, because we decided that we work with a different designer and we want to generate a different static field for everyone. So we will implement it with static fields, because we simply do not want to store the same information in all the products. So for this, we have the static fields. Now, another part of the generators is the formulas. The formulas are very important, of course, for us for pricing. And again, we will see that here we can have more than one formula. And here in this part, we will use the fixed values, which you can generate in Valigara, and the currency rates. Valigara has the currency rates feed, and the metal prices like palladium, platinum, rhodium, and gold and silver. So you can automatically recalculate your prices. When it will be useful, of course, in times like now when gold fields change, so we can take all our products, all the 900 products, and then dear Valigara system action, calculate prices, and Valigara will, sorry, not the calculate prices, the calculate values. The difference is that with values, it uses the templates, the formulas that we have generated before. So with this formula, we can quickly regenerate again and again and again as, let's say, gold price rises, we can regenerate the Amazon price in a second here. Now, when we look at what we see that people are missing sometimes is this very interesting option, which is called price improvement. Now, the price improvement allows us to normalize our data to e-commerce. What it means is this: to set up the price improvements, we go to global settings, and under global settings, we have the price improvements tab. This price improvement tags allows us to convert all resulting prices. Let's say we apply now some formula, 222 multiplied by 75.73, and we get some strange number. So Valigara will normalize this with price improvements. The price improvements there are 4 types of price improvements. One brings the number to the whole number, removes everything behind the comma, and then it can round, it can improve the round prices. What this means, by the way, there are very precise explanations here. So let's say we calculate, and the calculation results in $3,002, which is quite absurd price. We want it to be, of course, some user-friendly pricing. So what we do, we enable the round price improvement. For example, here between 1,000 and 5,000, I will put the 30. What it means that if I end up with 5,000 or 4,000, the round price is 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and so on. We can see it in the explanation here. So let's say my calculation ended up with exactly 4,000. Valigara will automatically change it to 3,950 by using this 30. Now, again, if we allow just 1% from 4,000, 1% from 4,000 is 40. So 4,004, let's say the calculation, the automatic calculation with a formula, I applied some formula with system action and then calculate values, and it ends up with 4,005, which is quite absurd. Again, Valigara will check that if we went up less than 1% from 4,000, because here it allows 1%. This is what I personally recommend. 1% will not change your price critically. So if the calculation ends up with 4,002, 4,017, take it to 3,900 according to this area 70. which will increase your conversion. So we do not want to end up, let's say here, with 907. Right? It makes no sense, because if the person is looking for the item, he will probably also limit. You can see this is a very nicely calculated e-commerce matching price, 885, because if the client, a potential buyer, will go to Paverins to use filters, most probably he will not write 807, right? He will write 800. So to avoid the situation that I'm losing the clients because my end price is 807, we use the price improvements mechanism. This is another mechanism of, and then you can also define if to normalize it to, let's say, 2,972 will automatically go into 2,970. Like ending the last digit, it's always being used in e-commerce, not always, often being used in e-commerce. So this is another part of improvement that you will find in Valigara. Now, so we discussed several ways of using the data, and obviously we will have 3 to 5 title generators, 3 to 5 just for Shopify, let's say 3 to 5 title generators for SEO title, 3 to 5 title generators for different types of products for our category title, descriptions, copy data. Now, how do we operate all this? Because with time, it becomes quite a lot of templates to use. So for this, we generated procedures, and these procedures are super, super important. With these procedures, we can say, the moment that we run the procedure, this procedure will apply different templates according to the type of the product. So here is an example. Let's say I have a new product. So according to this procedure, it will automatically generate the Amazon title according to Amazon title, eBay title with suffix template. And then it will generate the eBay title according to the template eBay title jewelry with 3 fields. Now I can create some selection here, A/B testing with suffix, or eBay Christmas title. So I want to randomly select some of the title generators that I have created. Now I can apply titles, I can apply descriptions, and I can apply formulas for my eBay price, for my Amazon price. Let's say I want to generate Amazon price, and I will use the Amazon price level, and then I want to generate the destination, the Shopify price, compare at price with the template Shopify. Well, I don't have a Shopify, so I will use the same Amazon, for example, Amazon price from Etsy price, for example. Now, and importantly, I can also apply copy data, so I can complete the missing data. For example, the quantity home is 100. If I just created the product and I don't want to write the city, so I will write the city is in New York. And I don't want to go and write the country in all of them, so I will put the United States automatically. And I want to add the zip code automatically, so let's say the postcode is 10036. So when I save this procedure, now once I have new products in my catalog, I can apply this procedure. Now there will be what it will do. Let's say I have 900 new products or 500 new products, system action, and then run procedure. What it will do, it will fill all the information, will run all the generators in one button, with one button, and that's it. How can I take it to the next level? I will create similar procedures for A/B testing. Now, we often say that Valigara is not for posting to marketplaces. It's not for posting things to your websites. It's for improving your data. So if I want to improve, how I can do this? With A/B testing. This is the number one of any PIM system. So A/B testing is the only way for me to get some feedback from the market. So when I will apply, let's say now, some procedure, I will not apply one procedure. I will create a duplicate, and with this duplicate, I will slightly play with the generators that I apply, because I want to compare what procedure worked better for me, what information worked better for me. I can do it on the title level, I can do it on the procedure level. Now, we will create for multiple cases, we will create multiple procedures. So here, for example, I want to quickly recalculate all the prices. I want to take all my prices, all my products. I have now 900 products. System action, I want to run a procedure which will recalculate all the prices. Why? Because I have a new cost structure, because I have a new supplier, because the gold prices went up. So I want now to run the prices procedure and recalculate all the prices. What I will do here, but wait, I have different formulas for different products. How can I run all this together? For this, I will run in the procedure, we will use the conditions. The conditions say, let's say the type of the product is anklet. I don't know why. Okay, necklace. And the price of this item is between $1 to $1,000. The product price, or the base price, is between $1 to $1,000. I want to fill the retail price with a specific template that I have generated. But if it's a ring between $1,000 to $5,000, then I want to fill the retail price with some different templates. And I can add more and more and more conditions and more blocks. And of course, I will click the use price improvements so that Valigara will also optimize my pricing on the way. So this allows me now, because I created different conditions for necklaces and for rings, to run my procedures at the same time on rings, on necklaces, on earrings, on cheap items, on vendor items, on my in-house items, on my unique items, and free shipping, not free shipping. I can generate all this together. These conditions allow me to switch my operation from multiple clicks into really one operation, which we set up together, one procedure where we set all together, all the title generation, all the prices generation, all the description generation, anything we need, and apply it to multiple different products together. This is what takes down the 50 operations into one operation, the conditions of the procedures. Now, so you can select if the condition will apply, if the specific block will work when all conditions are met, or any condition is met, as you can see, right? This is more strict rule. And then according to this, Valigara will check if the product matches to run basically this, to create the destination field according to the template that was selected. And so what basically will happen now, in some cases we see that, seeing all this, wow, I want to create this ultimate procedure which will generate all the data in all the places at once. Yes, but then you get a very long procedure. So our recommendation is create separate procedure. Let's say for my Shopify, do this. For my eBay, do this. For my pricing setting, do this. And then combine procedures inside, unify multiple procedures into one procedure. So logically, it makes no difference technically, but from human brain is a little bit more limited than Valigara servers. So this will allow you to more easily follow up the procedures. So if you know that you want to change something in your Shopify, then you work with Shopify procedure, which is much shorter than one huge procedure. We do not recommend having procedure with 50 different operations because it's simply difficult to operate. Okay. Now, last but not least, we spoke about additional fields, and again, the foundation of all the product information management. Now we see how we can generate endless amount of the inventory, of the product information, so we can distribute them to different places. But to be able to do this again, I just want to make sure that on the additional fields level, we understand that how we work more effectively again by generating the data. So I will quickly jump again into item specifics, and we have, as most of you have already mentioned, we have the selection type of fields. What means the selection type of field? There are three selection type fields: select single, select multiple, and select variation. Why this is important? The select single, when we'll see it in the product, the select single will be, we are able to select only one, like this. It was brought, the item was bought from Moses. Or the font is this. This is select one. If we have a select multiple in our product level, we can select multiple level. Like, for example, this can come in a red box, box color can be blue, can be green, and can be whatever it is, right? Now, and select variation will also create the variations of the product, which I don't want to dive too deep. But what I want to pay your, please pay attention to, drag your attention when I work with selection fields in Valigara. I can go into Valigara and I can paste multiple, by the way, comma separated fields here inside this section. So if I want to add the fourth, and so on, or I can do it directly within some editor field, which you can see comma separated or semicolon separated. Now, important thing when we speak about the now I'm working about with single. I don't even know what this field means. Let me check something more interesting here, so it will be maybe more clear. So I work with select single uniqueness by shape. Okay, now let me dive into it for a second. And I have different values, but not all the values are relevant for all the products. So for example, shared prawn can be relevant only for rings. So what is important in this stage, that I can assign the specific value to the specific type of the product. If I know that it's relevant only for rings, then it will appear only in products of type ring. And if it's 4 prongs per stone, then, and this is relevant for pendant and for necklace, I can apply it this way. Why it's so important? Because then when I look at my product, when I look at my drop-down boxes, they will not be that long. They will not be mindless, like irrelevant. I will only see here relevant values. If I'm now in a product of a type ring, I will see only, according to my additional field, I will see only what I assigned to the ring. So I will not see the 4 prong per stone. And this also allows me to make my work more reasonable, make my work more efficient. Everything can be done inefficient. Everything can be done with a hard work, but we hope that you will optimize your work more and more. Now, another thing, if you mention, and we know that many people miss this, is this checkbox, same value for all channels. So Valigara is a multi-channel system, and I can define for each one of them that Valigara will automatically translate the word band into ring when it goes to Etsy. Now, when it goes to my feeds model, it will take the band. When it goes into the Shopify, I want it to take the band, but with a small letter. When I save it, from now on, when Valigara will work with my channels, it will work according to this mapping. So this allows me to save many fields. I don't have to have now the band value for my Walmart, band value for Amazon, right? So I can say band minus ring, for example, and save it. So this will allow me to save a lot of fields, and we very warmly invite you to use this. So so what I'm trying to, if I want to summarize, and there are many additional fields that I don't want to overload now with even more information, but the main idea is to understand the foundation of your online work. Wherever we go, whether it's the website or whether it's Amazon, right? It's the content, and we need to create a proper foundation for our content to work online. And this is where this automation works. So another principle that we always apply to our work is that the data is not static. A very common mistake is, yes, I have uploaded 8,000 products to my Shopify and I work with this forever. This is a way to stagnation and to failure. So to avoid this, we need these tools to very quickly work with procedures, title generators, maybe for some reason not procedure, but just apply title generators, quick calculators, copy data, improving our data all the time, consistently, so that our data is updated. According to e-commerce best practices, we need to update the data 5 times a year. There are 5 main seasons or 5 main types of the data that we use. So if we want to be effective, we need the right tools. Now, the data, by the way, another thing, just to conclude, the product data is not just the digital data. It's not just the data about, it's not the numbers. It's not just the digits. One of the important parts of the data is our images. And this is why in PIM, in product information management, we pay so much attention. And please, as our dear clients, use the product information with box images handling, with the ability to quickly assign the box or promotional images to the products, because this is where your conversion ratio gets happy. Because if I can quickly take all my necklaces or all my items, for example, I want to take now all my items with a price above 500 on my eBay price. I want to search these items and add some promotional, well, there was one, so 1 or 1,000. I want to add some promotional image here to this item. Of course, I will do it in bulk, system action, the sandbox image by saying special discount, adding some promotional image, adding some discount, 25% discount or free shipping on all items over $500. So I search the items, I apply promotional images, both because the algorithms, of course, the Amazon algorithm or any other algorithm loves more images in your product, right? And then, and both because this is the trust builder, especially on cheaper items. This is super important. So, the product information management is an never-ending work, because life never ends. It's always changing, and so our information should change according to seasons, according to our business needs, according to political situation or any global economical situation. There is endless there are endless opportunities on the market, and this ability to scale, to adjust your information is the key to success. Hopefully, this session allowed you to see it a little bit better with the specific cases of how we see it applied to any store on the market, whether it's your website, whether it's social channels, whether it's marketplaces, or whether it's B2B business distribution. This is the next part of how you distribute your data, but definitely the product information management is the key to growth and success. We very much hope that Valigara will grow you in this challenge. Wish you a lot of luck. And of course, feel free always to be in touch with us. Unfortunately, we see some questions on the chat, but unfortunately, we don't have too much time left on our session today. So please be in touch with our support team. As you know, there are many channels to contact us, and we'll gladly answer all questions. Enjoy selling, enjoy your growth, and we're here for you. Thank you very much. Have a great day, evening, and week, and we're here. All the best.